What's up, guys? Cast back with a new Star Wars Andor review video. So, we just had the final 3 episodes dropped, and oh my god, this show is an absolute masterpiece, I won't lie. Like, this is just top quality Star Wars. Like, this is how I want to see Star Wars, shows going forward from now on. Like, the storytelling, it was just so amazing, of Cassian's story leading up to the events of Rogue One. Like, these last 3 episodes literally lead into Rogue One, which is crazy. Honestly, yeah, it was very emotional, these last 3 episodes, and I really did enjoy these last few episodes, and I cannot wait to see where the future of Star Wars on television is going next. We obviously know we're getting Ahsoka season 2, but it's hard to see besides animation where it's going next. But we will see. But they're definitely going in the right direction if they do stuff like this, in my opinion. And Tony Gilroy, the writer of the show, he was just amazing, the storytelling and writing. But yeah, that is a quick sum up of my thoughts, but I want to talk about some spoilers now. So we had a lot happen. All the stuff was mainly focused on Yavin and Coruscant, to be honest, in these 3 episodes. So a very big thing we did have, all the stuff on Yavin was amazing, to be honest. I really enjoyed seeing all the different background rebels and that. Even seeing Mon Mothma, Bail Organa, and that basically, and the other rebel leaders and Admiral Raddus and that come back, who we obviously see in Rogue One, was just amazing. But yeah, I absolutely loved it. And even seeing this speech between Mon Mothma and Saw Gerrera was amazing as well. But yeah, it reminded me of the Rebels moment where we saw Saw Gerrera contacting Mon Mothma. But yeah, that was really cool. But yeah, all that stuff was amazing, to be honest. The stuff on Coruscant though was pretty hefty as well, because we did have Luthen. He did obviously sacrifice himself because his mole in the ISB encountered the Stardust Project, or the Death Star they're calling it, as we know. He encountered that through ISB folders, through Dedra's project, which is obviously linked to the energy project that they were going on about, which is obviously a lie, basically. So the whole Gorman thing was a lie, basically, because they're secretly mining kyber crystals, and we know this because they're mining it on Jeddah, which we do see later in the episode. Saw Gerrera is on Jeddah, where he is in the film, and we see the Star Destroyer hovering above the city as well on Jeddah, which is really interesting to see. But yeah, it was really cool seeing that. But yeah, that reference really cool. Seeing Alan Tudyk back as K2SO was absolutely amazing as well. I absolutely love K2SO. He's one of the best things from Rogue One, to be honest. And seeing him back in this, and especially when we see him absolutely destroy the ISB tactical team as well. That was funny, where he's using that that ISB officer as a human shield. That was absolutely funny, and he's just wrecking that whole tactical team. But yeah, obviously they wouldn't be in that situation because obviously earlier in the arc we obviously see Luthen, who obviously passes away. He sacrifices himself. He's like stabs himself so Dedra doesn't get the information out of him about like the rebellion and that, and what he knows. And then obviously Clea is on the run, so Cassian and that Melshi and K2 have to go extract her from Coruscant. But we do see Clea and like Luthen's backstory, which is pretty cool. How they met, kind of like a sort of father-daughter relationship there. But yeah, and then seeing them work together all these years, and they do obviously extract Clea, but Clea does end up killing Luthen because she knew that the torture droids, or they knew that the Empire would get the information out of him somehow. So she had no choice, and she didn't want to do it, but she had no choice. But the emotion was definitely there, and it was heartbreaking to watch that. But yeah, obviously Dedra gets in trouble as well, and she ends up getting interrogated by Krennic and that, because Krennic thinks, she might have leaked the whole thing to the rebellion, but it wasn't. It was obviously the other guy, basically. But yeah, and then we do see Dedra end up in like a prison, basically, kind of. I don't know if it's Narkina 5. It might be another prison that's similar, but she's in the same like uniform that Cassian was in the first series. But yeah, and then you can tell it's a similar prison because obviously it's got the electrified floors and that. But yeah, that was pretty cool seeing that. But yeah, I mean, that was pretty cool, to be honest. And then obviously seeing like everyone back was pretty amazing as well. There was like a couple Easter eggs in like Luthen's shop. We got to see like the Mortis gods, like the world between worlds symbols basically in his shop as well, and like the camera focused on it as well, which was pretty cool. And then at the end of the show, the final episode, we do see Director Krennic on a Star Destroyer looking at the Death Star, which is nearly complete, because we know soon that is a main laser dish is going to be put in, which we see in the film Rogue One. But yeah, Krennic was actually a menace in this arc. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it was pretty cool seeing Krennic. He's like one of my favourite villains from like the new Disney era of Star Wars, to be honest. Like, I really enjoyed his performance, especially between him and Dedra Miro. That was like something. But yeah, we do see like everyone, like Vel is obviously with Mon Mothma, because like the senators or like the rebel leaders are not sure to believe the Death Star thing, but with the news with like how Jeddah's going, and the news about Galen Erso, who's the engineer of the project, which obviously leads into the film. And then we have an asset who's on caffeine, which is obviously the beginning of the film where Cassian go meet that bloke, basically. Ends up killing him. But yeah, it's all tying in basically. But one of the shots at the end I really did like, and it is kind of heartbreaking as well. We do see B2 again, which is like, oh okay, we're going back to that planet that they left him on. I was like, okay. And then on that planet we do see Bix walking in the field, and I was like, oh okay, I didn't think we were going to see Bix again. But we did see Bix, but Bix is holding something. And Bix is holding a baby. And oh my god, when I saw that, I realised, oh my god, she had a kid with Cassian. I couldn't believe that. And he's like moments away from going to like Jeddah, and then obviously going to Scarif, where he dies with like loads of the rebels and that fighting to get the Death Star plans, and he doesn't know, which is like really heartbreaking, to be honest. Oh man, that scene at the end did really get me. Even when you see like Cassian like walking past all the different rebels and that on Yavin, like it was something. Even the Force healer, like yeah, and then obviously we see him fly off with K2 to Caffeine in his U-wing, but yeah, that ending was something. I must admit, I was really like heartbroken, to be honest. I was quite emotional watching that, the way it ended. But yeah, that overall though, that is pretty much all the like spoilers that I want to like talk about, to be honest. But yeah, overall this show is like definitely something special. Like season 1 was phenomenal, and then like the second season was even more brilliant, like amazing. Like this is like hands down one of my favourite Star Wars shows, to be honest, besides maybe Mandalorian or Clone Wars, I would say. Yeah, this show was something special, and I really hope that Lucasfilm learn from this show and go down this sort of like storytelling more often with their future shows and that, to be honest. And they can even do this for the films as well, in my opinion. But yeah, I just want to see more stories in this universe similar to these. Like, this show was nothing to do with like any Jedi or anything or Sith like that. This is just about rebels and the Empire, like the actual war between those factions, and like the shadows, basically, of like fighting in the shadows and that, basically on both sides. And yeah, this was just so special. I just absolutely love this show so much. But yeah, it's quite emotional knowing that it's now over, because we know this was originally going to be like 5 seasons originally, but they managed to put it down to 2 seasons. I do think maybe it was a good idea doing it 2 seasons, because it might have dragged a little bit, but I mean, I'm kind of happy with the product we got, to be honest. But yeah, I have seen loads of theories online already about Bix and Cassian's kid, of who, if that could be anyone. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think that's anyone that we know in the Star Wars universe, to be honest. I'll be surprised if it is, but I think it's just like a like sort of sad like happy ending, to be honest. But yeah. Overall though, I'm just really happy with the way this show has ended, and I can't wait for more future projects in Star Wars. But yeah guys, I mean, that's pretty much all I've got for this video, to be honest. Yeah. I do want to know what you guys think, so let me know down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like on this video and let me know what you think. But yeah guys, I'll see you next time.